Peace and blessings, beautiful star. Welcome to Kitty's Corner. If you are a new subscriber, hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you are a returning subscriber, what's up, you guys? You already know. Sending lots of love and gratitude your way. Welcome back. So today I'm super excited. This is going to be a hygiene video. So I'm excited because I recently got asked a question about acne and how to basically work on getting clearer skin. Now, I've never really extremely struggled with acne, and that's because I've always taken really good care of my face. But there was periods of times where I did have acne. But it wasn't like some pubic thing. I meant puberty thing. It was more so what I was eating, but I'll get into that in a minute. So the other thing we're going to talk about is armpits and the smell of them and what I use under my armpits. Okay, so let's go back to acne. Let me get my notes, because if I don't, I'll get excited and talk around everything. So first of all, what is acne? Do you know what acne is? Okay. So you get acne when you have too much oil build up on your face and too much dead skin. So dead skin and oil gets clogged into your pores. And so when that happens, pretty much it gets inflamed and it becomes irritated, and most likely sometimes you get caught scratching and then it makes it more inflamed and then you have a problem, right? So that's what acne is. Now, acne can be caused from many different things. Oh yeah, say what's up to Kay, y'all. Okay, so acne can be caused from many different things. So it can be your medication if you're on medication. So it can be the food that you're eating. It can be because you're stressing. It can be because you're having hormonal changes. So those are some, just some examples of what could trigger acne. And it's important to know the triggers of acne because there are many triggers. It's not just one thing that leads to acne. It can be you having an allergic reaction to your environment, and it could trigger that acne reaction. Another thing is when you get acne or pimples or bumps on your face, you do not, and I mean you do not, want to pop them. Okay, that is the last thing that you want to do. I don't care how white it is, how whatever it is, don't pop it. When you pop it, you are leaving scars. You're scarring your skin, you're damaging your skin. The best thing to do is just let the acne run its course and taking care of your face so that it can just go away on its own and, handle its natural process on its own. So, yes, so squeezing can push bacteria. Did you hear me? Squeezing, when you squeeze your pimples, it can push the bacteria and the pus deeper into the skin. And that's what causes the scars and the bruising and the scabs. Okay? Right? Now, if you didn't know, some of the foods that cause acne is sugar, sodas, dairy, fast food, and like I mentioned before, allergic reactions. Okay, now what I use on my face is, and as you can see, I don't really have acne. There's no filter on the camera, so I want you to get a good look at my face. I'm gonna go outside actually so you can get a really good look at it. So 1 second. Okay, up close and personal, you guys, on the face. So the sun is out. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? So yeah, you can pretty much see my face. So what I would suggest is making sure, I mean, I know I only have a little bit in here because I've been sipping it this whole time, but make sure that you are drinking lots of water. That is the key. Now, I've had this for a while and I absolutely love it. It's not anything like extremely fancy. I got this from Family Dollar. They also, I think, have this at Dollar Tree, but if it depends because all Dollar Trees don't have the same inventory. This Dollar Tree where I live at got all the good stuff. But I got this from Family Dollar, not Dollar Tree. I got this from Family Dollar. And it was about maybe $10 or $8, probably like $10. And it comes with 2 of these, and it comes off. And you can have the massager. And you just push it on there like that. Right? And this is the low speed. And this is the high speed. And how this works is you would just massage your face. Have some oil, little oil on it, and just massage it. Works as an exfoliator and a cleanser all in one. And so that's how you would use this. Now, how I do this is I put the mixture on my face, and then I use this, and this is like a soft bristle brush. Let me get close so you guys can see that, and it works magic, especially around those, those side corners that people like to forget or don't wash good enough. So the 2 ingredients that you're going to need, well, actually, you're going to need a total of 3 ingredients, okay? Ingredient number 1 is baking soda. This is regular baking soda. As you can see, it's the Food Lion brand. You can get any type of baking soda. Just make sure that it's pure baking soda, okay? The next thing that you're going to need is either a lemon or a lime. Lately, I have been obsessed with lime, okay? And you just cut it in half, and you just have your baking soda in a bowl, and you put your baking soda in there. So you put your baking soda in the bowl, and then you would squeeze the lemon out into the baking soda. And yes, it is going to have a chemical reaction. It's going to sizzle and bubble a little bit, and that's okay. And once it stops doing that, it's going to become liquid, and it's going to make a paste. So you're going to put that paste, let me warn, make sure your face is damp before you put the paste on there, just because if you forget to damp your face before you put the mixture on there, it's gonna get on there, but it's gonna just crumble. It's not really gonna stick to your face. So you want to damp your face, then you want to take your paste and you want to put it all over your face. Okay, you want to mix it in. You don't want to cake it up on there, because if you cake it up on there, it's just going to have to sit. But you want to put a little bit on at a time, or what you can do is you can just take your brush, put it in there, and just rub it all over your face, all in the areas. I can get like really, really close to my eyes, but you want to avoid your eyes, of course. Okay, and the third ingredient is, after the mixture is done, you want it to sit for about 60 seconds or until you feel your face like tingle a little bit, when you begin to feel it's working, because you don't want to put it on and then immediately wash it off. You want it to sit a little bit. Okay, now you can let it sit anywhere between 30 seconds to a full 10 minutes. That's completely up to you. Tweak it however you need it. Now, after you've done, now I will say, to damp with warm water and rinse with cool water. Well, warm and then cool. Okay, there's a process to it. I do it warm and then cool. So, we're going to go over this again. Step 1, add warm water. Step 2, add your paste. Step 3, rinse with warm water. Step 4, rinse again with cool or cold water. The reason for that is because when you're using warm water or hot water, your pores are open. Okay, and so it's important to use the warm water when we're cleaning it, because we want it to be open so that we can clean it out. Okay, and then when we are done, we want to seal it. Okay, before we put the coconut oil on, okay, that's why we're using cold and cool water, so that our pores can be closed, clean and closed. Okay, And then you want to, after you're done, nice and clean, you want to pat dry, not scrub and wipe. You just want to pat dry. Okay, now after you've pat dry, then you're going to add a finger of coconut oil and rub all in your areas. Now what I like to do is to avoid the bags and the darkness under my bags or the sagginess of the bags. You know how bags get a little bit out of control. What you want to do is you want to tap under your eyes so that the circulation can get there, okay? Because there's like a lack of circulation when your bags are like that, and also a lack of sleep. So make sure that you're getting a lot of sleep, because sleep also helps cure the acne. Sleep also helps with a lot of other things, okay? Now let's move on to this. So yeah, that was the very basic, but let me tell you, there is something like this which oh yes, I got this from Family Dollar too, but this is also at Dollar Tree. Maybe not as many in the pack, but something like this is also at Dollar Tree. So you don't have to go like all out. You know, you don't have to break the bank to get these things. These are everyday things. Well, the lemon and the baking soda is, and this is like, you know, not too expensive. I don't know or remember how much it is, but it wasn't a lot. Probably like $1 and some change, but or maybe like $2, because that, but anyways, so this is hydrating facial mask, natural volcanic ash plus CoQ10, and it tells you what it is, but yeah. So you can use this on there, and it's an actual face mask that you put on there, and you have it sitting for a thing. And I still, even though when I use this, I still use this, go over my face to make sure that everything is all clean. So I definitely would recommend having something like this, like a nice facial brush, because it is so useful. It really is. So that was it when it comes to the face. Very simple. To know about, very simple to upkeep, but if your diet doesn't match your facial routines, then you may still have acne. Also, if you're being inconsistent, you may still get acne. Making sure not drinking enough water, you may still get acne. Okay, these are some things that, you know, that you need to know, because you know, somebody can tell you something and you can be doing the things, but if other things aren't adding up to the one thing that you're doing that's great, then you know you're going to be missing some things. So it's very important to maybe check out your diet. So if you're drinking a lot of sodas, cut back on the sodas, okay? Because sodas is a guaranteed way to keep that acne. Now moving on to my armpits. Boom, boom, boom. So let's get on to the armpit subject, which is a very funny subject, but give me a Okay, so the thing about me is, for all of my life, as long as I can remember, I've always had a sweat condition. Like, I would sweat no matter what, okay? And I produce like a very strong, musty odor. And it used to be embarrassing to talk about, but hey, but yeah, so anyways, no matter what I did, no matter what deodorant I used. Now, I will say there was a lot of deodorants that I couldn't use because I do have sensitive skin. So certain deodorant types, I couldn't even try out. So, I remember growing up using like something called Teen Spirit, and that didn't work. I remember, having that Arm & Hammer deodorant, and that didn't work. I remember trying like various roll-on deodorants and all natural deodorants and sensitive skin deodorants, and they didn't work. Okay, so, and granted, with with the all natural deodorant, I don't really remember. I probably only used it a few times, but it didn't do anything for me. And the deodorants that said, oh, Dove, I did have Dove too for sensitive skin. I remember, because it was the cucumber kind, and it didn't do anything. Because I remember I was like, oh no, this is supposed to last 12 hours, and it didn't last 3. But yeah, so that's how extreme the sweat condition is, whatever it is, sweat problem, sweat condition, who knows. But here recently, this past month, I've been using limes as deodorant. Yeah, and let me tell you, it actually works. Like, actually works. So what do I do? What I do is after, and I will say I did use some lime juice under my armpits without taking a shower, because I wanted to see how it would do, you know, in that particular situation. And amazingly, it like masked the smell without producing a weird, twisted up smell. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a very strong lime smell either. Like, you really don't smell the lime. Now, when I get out of the shower, which is usually when I use it, like, that was just like an experiment to see how it was. I don't always do that. So, but anyways, so yeah, so when I get out of the shower and I use the lime under my armpits after they're dry, of course, and I use them, and my armpits literally smell like baby powder almost. It's like a baby powder smell, or sometimes it doesn't have a smell at all. So that's good. Yes, I still sweat because it does not stop you from sweating, which is why you shouldn't, or be very cautious when you're using deodorant, because deodorant is known to, one, cause cancer, and two, to clog the pores of your armpits, keeping you from sweating, which is a natural thing. Everybody needs to sweat to release these toxins and things like that. So yeah, definitely try out lime if you need an alternative for deodorant. And you can actually, you don't just have to take the lemon and cut it in half and put it under there. You don't have to do it that way. You can actually make your own deodorant. The way to do that is you will need a lime or lemon, because lemons and lime do the same exact thing for the most part. They're very, very similar. They do have their own personal unique properties, but for the most part, they are very, very similar. And they're very good for using as a deodorant alternative because it's antiseptic. Okay, yeah, so lime kills like 99% of the bad bacteria that's under your armpits that causes the smell to begin with. Also, your diet does play a key role in your armpit health as well. Um, just in case you didn't know that. Also, foods, like I said, stress, excessive sweating, and climate change or weather change, as you may know. But for me, it didn't matter if it was cold, if it was hot, like, I was always sweating, no matter the occasion, okay? So, yeah. So, another thing that you can use under your armpits that I have used is apple cider vinegar. You know, you just take a cotton ball and just dab it under your armpits. And you can, if you have rose water, you can just use that as well as, you know, to add in to the smell. Like, if you don't want to smell like baby powder, or if you're afraid that the lime is going to have a smell, then you can add a little bit of rose water. You know, get a little creative. Experiment a little, because why not, right? And so let me jump back, boop, 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 to my face. Another thing that I do with my face is I did purchase some rose water, and I did make a facial with baking soda and rose water, and the results were amazing. I'll have a picture right here, but my face was smooth like butter. It was amazing. My face literally felt like the inside of a rose. No joke. So I definitely would recommend that as well. So to make your own deodorant, if I didn't say, you're going to need coconut oil and a lime. And what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the lime. You're going to squeeze some lime juice in a cup, and you're going to melt down some coconut oil. Now, the coconut oil that I use, is Nature's Promise organic, and it's unrefined. That's very important, not to get refined coconut oil if you can help it, because the unrefined hasn't gone through a process versus the refined that's been pressed and have gone through some form of process. I try to get you guys to see it, but it says unrefined right there under there, so you're not going to be able to see it because of the lighting. But yeah, so yeah, and what you're going to do is you're going to have some melted coconut oil, and then you're going to have some melted lime juice or lemon juice or both, or your rose water, you know, whatever you're going to have from there. But in this case, we're going to do lime. So we're going to have our lime juice and we're going to have our melted coconut oil. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put them together, and then you're going to put it in a cold place, so the refrigerator. But if you can't wait, then put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer and check on it so often so it doesn't become well, yeah, you can actually just have it in the freezer, and as a quick one. And then when it's dry, you would just rub it on there, you know, have it in a container and just get it like that. And then boom, voila, you have coconut oil. You can do the same thing for a facial moisturizer. But yeah, so that was it, and I hope this was very helpful to you. And I am so grateful for the questions that I have gotten asked. So if you do have a question, don't hesitate to ask me and connect with me on here or on my social media sites. That will be down below, so definitely take a look at that, and I will see you guys on the next time. Also, if you are new, don't forget to like and subscribe. So until the next time, you guys, sending out loads of love your way.